How are you doing?
Really good. Oh my God, I'm so excited to have you here on The Voice TV.
I'm
Jesus.
so excited to be here. I mean, I really want to come and play in Bulgaria. It's like the only place I haven't done a concert.
Oh my God, please do as soon as possible. We'd love to have you here.
I'd love to, yeah.
So today on the 16th of June, I'm speaking to you just about 10 days before the release of your newest single, first solo single in 4 years, Bad Habits. How are you feeling?
I feel nervous, but I feel good. I mean, the more that people are hearing the songs, like, the more I feel like excited about it, I think. Because, you know, I didn't really play the song to anyone. I sort of created the song, and because it's a pandemic, I just sort of had it to myself. And now it's sort of slowly being played to people. Everyone's like, oh, we like this. This is good. So, yeah, I feel excited but nervous.
I have to admit, I did hear it this morning. I had the great pleasure of being one of those very few people to actually get a glimpse of it. Oh my God, it's amazing.
You like it?
I do. It's
good.
Crazy.
Thank you.
So
it's a very different sound for me, I think.
Exactly. And this is something that I wanted to speak to you about. Can we say that this song is going to be something like the beginning of a new era for Ed Sheeran as an artist?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the new era is the album, but I think that this song is the most different sounding song on the album. Much like on Divide, Shape of You was the most different sounding song. But the rest of the album, like, if it worries my fans that I've completely changed, it's like the album has everything that they want on it as well.
That's great. And how come it took you 4 years to actually put out a new solo single? It's been such a long time that we've been waiting for that.
Do you know, so I was making this album, and midway through the album process, I just started collaborating with artists. You know, I was doing songs with Khalid and Travis Scott and Yebba and blah, blah, blah. And this project just kind of happened. So I put that out. And by putting that out, I think I gave myself a bit more time to make this album. But, you know, I have a lot of material written now. So there's not going to be a 4-year break between the next one. You know, it's going to come quite fast now.
Thank God, because we don't want to wait another 4 years for something new from you. It's been way too long.
Yeah, I won't. The most you'll have to wait is 2, I think.
Okay, with 2, I think we can deal with that. I mean,
it might be 1. I mean, it could be 1 year. So we'll see.
Okay, good. So is it going to come out with a music video? Because I stalked your Instagram and I saw some really interesting pictures with like vampire teeth and black painted nails.
I just put up a teaser of the video now. So yeah, it comes with a music video. And yeah, I just felt like Bad Habits come out at late night. You know, they come... it's a Friday night, you have a beer, which leads to another beer, which leads to a cigarette, which leads to tequila, which leads to wine, which leads to burgers, and next thing you know, it's 4 o'clock in the morning and you're like half naked dancing on a table. And I feel that vampires come out at night as well and have, you know, some pretty bad habits. So I felt that could be a good video to do.
Definitely. It must have been fun. How did you shoot it with the pandemic and all the like restrictions and stuff?
So in England, it had opened up for, you know, people have been able to do TV shows here. If you you test every single day. And then the director who'd flown from America, he quarantined for 2 weeks to come and do here. So we basically just followed all the protocol, and everything that we were allowed to do, we did basically.
Ah, okay. I can't wait to see the video as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's 9 days and it comes out.
9 days,
insane.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know. Unbelievable. So, by the way, something else that I wanted to ask you. Last weekend, I think it was, marked the 10th anniversary of your music career, right? The 10th anniversary of you actually releasing the 18th. How do you feel now looking back at this whole time, like this whole decade? What are the greatest lessons that you learned?
I feel like way back then, like, I was quite naive about how the music industry worked. And I feel like the greatest lesson, someone said to me, I remember getting really upset about something because I thought, like, you kind of go through the music industry and you go, oh, this person's my friend and I'm close to this person, close to this person. And then something happened And then someone just looked at me and said, yeah, but it's the music business. And I was like, oh, and then that kind of like put a light bulb in my head. And that's, ever since then, I've been like living in my hometown, surrounded by all of my school friends. I married a girl that went to my high school, you know, like I'm here. And when I go outside of it, it's very rare I'll go to like an award show, and then that'll be the night where I'm like in the music business for the night, or like I'll go and like, I don't know, feature on someone's song, and then I'm in the music business. But I feel like living in the music business can drain your soul, but like dipping in and out of the music business is actually quite fun. But yeah, so the thing that I've learned is to not take things to heart. You know, if something happens that's a business decision towards me that's bad, I'm just like, oh, that's cool because it's business. But when it's friendship, it's different. Do you know what I mean?
Of course, yeah. It definitely makes sense. So this is why you've been dipping in and out of the business, right?
Yeah, because I just think I hope other artists listen to this, because it's just to take nothing personally, and just to be like, there's business and then there's friendship, and like if you mix the two, you can end up getting really hurt and offended. But if you're very clear from the start that this is this and this is this, then you should be fine.
Yeah, this was going to be my next question. Obviously, you're one of the biggest stars of our time, and your music is amazing, and people all over the world are listening to you. And a lot of people are going to be watching this interview as well. A lot of them are going to be young people, maybe struggling to be artists, musicians. Is there any advice that you have for them?
Yeah, there is no key to success, but the key to failure is trying to please everyone. So don't do what you think other people want to do. So I don't make music for my fan base. Everyone says, oh, do you make music for your fans? And like, I feel bad saying no, but I make music for me. It makes me happy. And I create music. And if a song makes me feel good, I'll put it out and hopefully it'll make other people feel good. So I'd say that first. If you're writing songs or creating anything, do it for yourself, because otherwise, if it doesn't please the people that you're writing it for, it can be quite soul destroying. So I'd say that. The other thing is luck. When people are lucky, it's when they're prepared, and you know they've practiced and they've got to a point where they're really good. So there's a Malcolm Gladwell theory that if you put 10,000 hours into anything, you'll become an expert. So if you want to become a guitarist, you play guitar for 10,000 hours. If you want to become a songwriter, you write songs for 10,000 hours, and eventually you'll become an expert. And when the opportunity comes to you, you're prepared. And you know, there've been many times where someone has just like handed me a guitar and gone, go on stage and show them what you've got. And if I wasn't good enough, I wouldn't have been lucky and been the person that got the record deal or whatever. If I'd have gone on stage and wasn't good, but because I'd practiced to get to that point, I was, ended up being lucky, I guess. So I think I would say to anyone, like, practice makes perfect. And sorry, there's so many things. Also, like,
I know.
we're taught nowadays that success is everything, and like you have to go for success. But I learned so much from failure, and I think failure is something that needs to be normalized, and it's important, and it's not shameful. It's like a good thing to fail. To fail and learn is way more important than to succeed. Succeeding is something that comes from many, many failures. But like when I stood on stage at Wembley Stadium in front of 90,000 people, I didn't get anything from that really, but from the times that I've fallen and I've failed and I've put on a show and no one's turned up, or like put out a song and no one liked it, you learn from these things, and then you can get to a place like Wembley Stadium. So like I think practice makes perfect, and do not be afraid to fail. Like embrace it when you fail, and the most important thing is to get up and try again, basically.
That is some great advice. Thank you so much. And what would you like to say to the Bulgarian people who love you and are waiting for a concert of yours here?
Well, hopefully if the world opens up, I'll get to come out there. And if not, I mean, there's been, before the pandemic hit, I was actually going to go to Bulgaria on a holiday. Yeah, I was coming there on a holiday. So I'm really excited to visit, and it just looks wonderful. And thank you for being so supportive to my music, and I hope you like the album.
We definitely will. Ed Sheeran, thank you so much for your time today. I know you have back-to-back interviews and so much work to do.
Thank you. So
I'm just going to let you go, even though I really don't want to. But
well,
good luck with the song.
Hopefully we can do a longer interview next time. That was really fun.
Yes, please. Keep me in mind. I'd love to.
Of course. Thank you so much.
Wish you all the best with the song, with the album, everything you do. And thank you so much for your time.
Nice one. Thank you.